What's going on, guys? Chief here from CHG. I've not been well for the last week. I've been a little bit under the weather, but it's sort of come at a good time on account of E3's been on all week, and I've just been able to keep up to date with that. Anyway, here are my 10 picks from E3. These are the games that I'm really excited about and can't wait to see more of. Let's check it out. Alright, so first up we've got Days Gone. I'm so pumped for this game. This looks fantastic. It looks like a huge amount of fun. Not to mention it looks beautiful as well. The graphics are incredible. Now we did see some gameplay for this, I think either last year or the year before that, which definitely piqued a lot of people's interest. It's definitely going to be an interesting premise, this sort of zombie survival thing, but they're like sort of claiming that they're not zombies. They're like this other thing that they're having to deal with, but I mean, you know, to the untrained eye, they would appear to be zombies. But this is looking awesome with vehicles, a variety of different weapons. The AI appears to be quite intelligent as well. I suppose we won't really know that until we get to play the game, but this looks like it's shaping up to be a pretty awesome one. I have to say, I was not expecting to see Good and Evil 2 from Ubisoft. It came out of nowhere. I think a lot of people are really excited about this. This is a big surprise. And I mean, this isn't gameplay or anything, but this trailer looks incredible. If we're able to explore this world, as you know, the verticality of it, to be able to fly around in game, I think that'll be amazing, and that'll be a lot of fun to do. I didn't play the first Good and Evil, but after seeing this, I was sort of like, well, I should probably go back and give it a crack, because I've heard that it's sort of a cult classic. It's just so loved by so many people. And when this trailer came on, it was just so well received. Even the announcer, I think it was the producer of one of the producers of the game, started crying, because this has been something people have been waiting for ages. I remember they teased it ages ago. There was this sort of a cinematic trailer. Interesting stuff though. Alright, so Arcade Studios, in sort of cahoots with Bethesda, have announced this sort of new installment in the Dishonored universe called Death of the Outsider. This is something I'm really excited for, just because I loved the first two games. Just so much fun, and the mechanics were great, and it all felt really good. So I'm looking forward to this. I was excited when they started showing this trailer. Whole new character with I would assume a whole new set of abilities. And they're hunting the Outsider, who was sort of this magical guy who gave you your powers in the other games and would sort of, in a way, narrate the story. So it's going to be quite interesting, sort of discovering how that story unfolds, and with a whole new set of motivations as well. I mean, you could very clear motivations for Corvo in 1 and in 2 as well. So it's going to be really interesting to see where they're going to take it. Metro, more Metro. I am so excited for this. I only recently played the first two games, Metro Last Light and 2033, I think it is, and I binge played them. I smashed them both out in like 4 or 5 days, just got them done, and so much fun. Like, all the good things you want from a game like this, like survival aspects, jump scares, interesting enemies, good tactics, plenty of different items to pick up. Now, the other two games were pretty linear experiences. Not to say that didn't make them bad, they were still fantastic experiences, but this one is going to be open world. I cannot wait to play this open world on like a really hard setting, so it's like a really sort of survival game almost. That's open world like this, and in the Metro universe as well. It's just going to be so good, and I'm really excited to see how they're gonna really progress this series. And I'm so glad that they're making another one. I am really excited for this one. This is one to look out for sure. Shadow of War. first game was such a surprise. It sort of came out of nowhere and blew everybody away. I don't think anyone was expecting Shadow of Mordor to be as good as it was, and then it blew us away. And to hear that they've got a sequel, and to even see some of the gameplay that they've got going for it as well, it looks like they've just taken all the stuff that we loved about the first one, put it in the second one, and they've clearly added a few more features, like taking over fortresses, and things like that. And obviously bringing back that Nemesis system. They're going to flesh that out even more. It just gave the game so much replayability. It just constantly sort of made you want to play it and pursue it and knock out those old guard and get rid of those war chiefs and sort of rise to the top. But I think this one, there's definitely a more focus on strategy and planning your assaults and attacks on fortresses. I'm really excited for this one. Not to mention the story as well. Here we have it. Anthem is clearly E3's answer to Destiny. It looks really good. It looks pretty incredible. The guys at BioWare have done, once again, a pretty impressive job in terms of graphics and the way it's smooth and the way it looks. Will it be this huge commercial success? I just don't know at this point. It looks like a heap of fun, but I think you'd probably need to have a good crew of mates to play it with. It's single. We don't know much about its story. We don't know sort of much about what the multiplayer gameplay might actually look like when you're playing it. But they've sort of given us this sort of tech demo to see what it's sort of all about. It looks amazing. It looks like the graphics are incredible. Looking forward to playing it at some point. I don't know if this is something I'll pick up right on release, but definitely made me raise an eyebrow and sort of get excited for it in some way. And I think it was a pretty mixed response from the audience, if I recall. Some people probably really excited about it. Some people sort of not understanding where they're trying to take BioWare's trying to take it. I mean, it was pretty obvious that they're trying to make something that'll sort of contend with Destiny, but I mean, the footage sort of speaks for itself. There's lots to be done here. Now, this is a classic game that people are going to be super excited for. Shadow of the Colossus, sort of a remastered full HD edition. Now, I haven't played Shadow of the Colossus before, and I've had a lot of people sort of go, why have you not played that game before? It is a cult classic. It is hailed as sort of one of the better games sort of ever made. It's in that sort of Zelda region of awesomeness. So I can't wait for this to come out so I can play it and enjoy it, because this does look amazing. Huge bosses, massive fights, and just incredible gameplay. Very keen. Now, I'm a big superhero fan. I love my superhero stuff, and I'm excited for Spider-Man. I know the Amazing Spider-Man games were just not that good. They really weren't. I reckon the last really good Spider-Man game that we had was Spider-Man 2 on the PlayStation 2. That game was fantastic, and I'm really hoping that this new Spider-Man game can bring back some of that flair, some of that flavor, and, you know, make it just as fun as, say, the Arkham games, which were fantastic. Just to really get those mechanics down to a point where it's just awesome fun to play. It feels good. It looks good. I'm really excited for this one. Please don't make it good. Just make it good. Just make it really fucking good. This is an interesting one as well. This is sort of off the wall. This is called The Way Out. And it's couch co-op only, no online play. It's split screen, but it's designed for that experience. And I'm really excited about it. I think it looks great. I love the idea of having couch co-op sort of come back. Something we all love doing as gamers is you grab your games and you grab your spare controller and you go to a mate's house and you set up for a big Battlefront 2 session, or you play a Halo, and just couch co-op is something that has not been done for so long. And look, I'm really excited for this. I'll definitely be playing it, and I love these story-driven experiences. I just can't wait. I just think it's really interesting. a whole new premise, a whole sort of this new fresh idea that they're bringing to the table with this split screen thing, and I hope that developers continue to innovate in that way, and maybe try and bring people back into the same room a little bit as well. But no, very interesting, very, very intrigued. Last but not least, Battlefront 2. I am a Star Wars nutbag. I love Star Wars. It's fucking awesome. Now, the first Battlefront, it looked beautiful, and it was even really fun to play, but it definitely lacked that depth and substance, not to mention the ridiculously priced season pass. But here, they look to have listened to the fans and listened to the people that really want to play this game and want this game to be done right. Star Wars is so important to so many people's childhood and their everything, you know. And I think that they're going to kick a goal with this one. They've sort of taken DLC out, and then I think they're going to opt for more of a microtransaction sort of path. But I hope they make the heroes fun to play. I hope they make the battles large. The space battles need to be incredible. I have a lot of faith, but please, DICE, please, for the love of all things good and green in this earth, do not fuck that up. It is so important. Well, there you have it, guys. That's my 10 picks for E3. Now for a few honourable mentions from E3, and there are definitely some interesting moments, like that YouTuber during the E3 conference. That was definitely a little bit more awkward than I think he was hoping it to be.
If you guys didn't know, Need for Speed Payback,
Yeah, it sort of felt like they shoehorned him in there a little bit. Skyrim's coming to the Switch, so Bethesda can sell that game for a 25th time. I don't know. They've sold that game so many times. Been so many different installments of it. Bethesda also announcing their Creative Club thing, which everyone is pissed off about. Paid mods. Again, yes, they're not paid mods. I get it. I understand it. I know, but still, they're making you pay for mods. Not the most happiest thing ever. Ubisoft announced a game called Skull and Bones, sort of the naval combat mechanic ripped from Assassin's Creed Black Flag and placed into this sort of multiplayer setting. I'm a little bit concerned that is going to go the way of For Honor. They need to be really careful how they handle DLC and any sort of microtransactions in there, because that can go tits up so fast. What else? PUBG. Vaulting and climbing. I'm so keen for that. I love PUBG. You guys have seen the videos on the channel. That is going to be awesome. Some extra movement, some extra flow throughout the landscape. That dive through the window looks incredible. I'm going to use that all the time. I don't know if I'll use doors in PUBG anymore, just because diving is more fun. Hopefully you can do that sort of stuff into cover. I'm hoping that it's not something that you can only do through windows and over walls. I hope that's something you can sort of do all the time. So if you're sprinting and someone's shooting at you, you can just chuck a little roll in. I don't know. We'll see how that plays out. Of course, Microsoft announced the Xbox One X. Pretty ridiculous name, but then again, the Xbox One was pretty ridiculous name as well. We're getting used to it. Little bit pricey, a little bit expensive. It's for $4.99 American, so it's like 660 odd bucks Australian. Yeah. I mean, it does have a lot more power. It's sort of closer to a PC than it is a console. Obviously, you're not going to get sort of PC powered consoles. It's just PC's better. But that's not what we're talking about. Anyway, guys, they're my 10 picks. There are a few honorable mentions there from E3. Overall, honestly, I think it's going to be between Sony and Ubisoft for who's going to win. Just because they announced some pretty big games. Beyond Good and Evil 2, basically, it was the only sort of really big reveal from Ubisoft. But that could actually secure them the win. Anyway, guys, let me know what your favourite things from E3 were in the comments below. We can have a little chat down there. Take it easy.